Where my girls at?
Taking this much, you know, keep it locked in.
Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while we keep locked in.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the ladies show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls This is the Lady Guru Show.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? You are now watching and listening to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, gurus? Yeah, we are coming in hot.
You are now tuned into K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
All right, everybody, we have a special guest host. Her name is Aisha Alaney. Did I say that right?
Well, the first name you said right. The last name is Aline.
Aline?
Yes, Aline.
I bet. We got it. We're going to get into that in a second. But first, let's get right to it.
In a recent interview about postpartum depression, music artist Remy Ma revealed she breastfed her daughter Reminisce for 3 years straight. 3 years straight. Gurus, were you aware that you can still produce milk 3 years after you give birth? And could any of you imagine breastfeeding for 3 years?
So you don't want them to be biting your nipples off. Like I personally could never breastfeed a child until 3, but I've heard people breastfeed their kids until 5 years old. So yeah, I would never though. Personally, me, no. I couldn't even breastfeed for like until 2 or 3 months. After the second month, I was done. So it's hard. I don't know how she did it, but me personally, no, I couldn't do that.
You're gonna keep producing milk until they stop sucking them titties. As long as they're sucking the titties, the milk gonna keep coming.
That is true.
So that could go on for years and years and years. You could start feeding other people's kids and everything.
Right. At this point, you can produce, okay? Set up in a warehouse or something.
They used to do that back in the days when they didn't have formula. They used to then have people eating their children for them because they couldn't produce milk.
See, and that's my problem. I produce, but I don't produce for long because I ain't got nothing up like that. So I'll hold you down for a good 3 months, but after that, you on your own, bud.
I did it for 6 months because the baby started biting me.
I don't play them games either. That too.
Okay. And I wanted my body back. Okay. It's already no longer your body for 9 months.
Exactly.
And then after that, it's still not your body.
Your body, exactly.
You got a baby hanging on you after they come out every 2-3 hours.
Right.
Or a half an hour. Can't sleep. You gotta sleep with the baby on your titty.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
that's too much.
Look, it's the most healthiest thing for the children. You know, we're really not supposed to be drinking cow's milk, you know. Yeah. But, you know, I give Remy her props. If that's what she wanted to do with her baby, then do that for your baby boo.
That makes her feel comfortable, then by all means, do what you gotta do.
Right.
That's it was Ice-T's wife. Ice-T's wife. What's her name? Coco.
Coco.
Yes, that she fed the baby till
5 years.
5.
Ooh, child.
Wouldn't somebody be afraid of what that does to the baby's psyche?
Yeah, I think about that. Like, I don't have kids, but the day that I do have a kid, and I just watch it off like my sister-in-laws with them when they have my nephews, and they don't go more than like 4 months without. They stop at 4 months to breastfeed, and they try to give them other ways to feed them, but other than that, like, I feel like it will kind of mess up the psyche, right? I think it would. Yeah. Because at that time you're still developing, and the fact that I don't know. I just feel like it would, yeah.
And it feels weird. let's talk about that too. It feels weird. After a while,
it feels like you're too big to be hanging off
yes,
my titty. I'm
it
sorry.
feels weird. Come.
And it's like you could breastfeed still, but put it in a bottle. Like you don't have
Right.
to be on my titty for 5 years, 7, 10.
Right.
That's weird. And I've seen things where people do that still for their big kids, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's awkward.
In the big kids, I'm so sorry, I'm off topic. Did you guys see a show where they are adopting adult people? What?
Yeah, I seen that.
They're adopting. There's a TV show out there where they adopt adult people. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yes. I saw the preview. I don't know why they do things like this. I have no idea. I don't know. But then it's like they'll show you like how they'll have little riffs, how it's like a young hot girl and then the wife is like, but why? And it's like, he's like, just go along with it. And she's like, okay. And then it's like, they're looking at each other weird. And then the wife is looking at them like, I don't like her being here in the green room. Like,
what the heck?
But how can you adopt a whole person,
a
grown person?
Yeah, how's that possible?
I'm at this point, they just making stuff for and giggles.
For real.
Because see, when you start thinking of a whole person, and that's the reason why I brought up the whole psyche thing. Because if you have a boy, right, and this boy is 4 years old, and he is drinking milk out his mother's nipple, wouldn't you think that, I don't know, maybe how is that transforming in his mind? Like, we have to live this life out here. And, we have to stay connected to the psyche of our kids all the time, obviously. But when they get adults, and even sometime when they're teens, they could stop talking to their parents and start going through certain things in their psyche. And how is it that a big boy that's 4 years old, maybe even 3, that is sucking his mom's nipple, how is that helping his psyche?
Well, you know what? I will say this. And this is what Coco said. It's their comfort. So if they went on all of this time and they never stopped breastfeeding them, as far as the baby's psyche, I don't know if it's really affecting their psyche like that at that age. 3.
But they're talking. So how is this being addressed when you want the titty? Are you going up, just lifting up the shirt?
Right.
Like, are you asking mommy, can I get a titty? Like, I don't, like.
It reminds me of Grown Ups. You ever seen Grown Ups? And like one of the kids is older. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Grown Ups. Yeah, it's like one of the kids is like, I don't forget how old, it's like older and they still like breastfeeding.
He's breastfeeding him for mad long and they be making fun of her for it.
Yeah.
He's mad big. He's like 8 years old. She's still breastfeeding.
That's what I'm saying.
He'd be like, Mom, with the titty. Like, he just be saying it like.
And they're having understanding conversations. Like,
that's one of my favorite movies, Savvy.
I wasn't a big fan of the second one, but the first one was really good.
Yeah, the first one was good.
Can I ask y'all this question? How do you feel about mothers being naked in front of their sons?
I do that now.
Yeah, but at what age you're saying, right?
What age is that supposed to stop?
Like, children aren't supposed to be sexual. They don't know anything about sex until they're exposed to it. So I feel like it's your body. It should be definitely taught to your children. But I feel like once they're in a position where they start to, get hormones and feel
like
things,
girls, and
they shouldn't be exposed to things like that. And it should be personal. You get what I'm saying? It's your personal body. It's their personal body. But like, if you're still bathing them and stuff, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, they're kids. They're not thinking sexually.
So what about in these other countries, like Euro countries, where that's just regular stuff and people just walk around naked and it's nothing, like it's just normal? Because it is like that over there. I think we Americans make things
Very sexual.
Over sexualized,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot
Yes.
of perverts out here.
Hi guys, my name is Aisha. You can find me on Facebook under Aisha Lee. I want to shout out to the Lady Gurus for having me. It was a pleasure.
Need a match for those shoes? Go to the people of Lotto University, where the culture is first. Jeans, hats, pants, sweatshirts, sweatpants. Ladies, you need those shoes. They are located at Roosevelt Field Mall and Green Acres Mall. That's 630 Old Country Road, Garden City, New York, 11530. And at 2034 Green Acres Road, Sunrise Highway, Valley Stream, New York, 11581. Yeah, get to it. Yeah, put the culture first.
Ángel la ciencia.
Yeah, everybody, the mischief boots have become the current trend on IG. The latest person or celebrities I've seen in these big red boots are R&B singer how do you say that? Coi Leray and Sierra. And I did see Lil Wayne in those same boots.
It was a few, right?
It was a lot more.
What is going on with these boots, man?
I don't know. Kind of reminds me of like Crocs. Like, you know how like Crocs, like to me, Crocs still to this day aren't like most flattering, but they're comfortable. And those boots, I feel like it's gonna be the same impact where it's not flattering to look at all. Like it looks crazy to me, but maybe people think it's comfortable. It might be a thing.
Yeah, because they're like action-looking boots.
Yeah, it's like
a Mario go-kart. Like,
yeah, exactly. Or Sonic.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought of was Sonic.
Yeah.
But you know what? You ain't gonna be out in them boots though, because from what I heard was that
they can't come off.
It's hard to walk in them.
They had to cut the back. I saw a few people had to cut them off. They foot.
You can barely even walk in them.
Yeah.
Nah, they gotta be. Cause what? That's crazy.
They're ugly too.
It's fashion.
Yo, how much do they like weigh a lot? Like
they look like they weigh a lot.
They're supposedly like all rubber, lightweight, but hard to walk in, obviously doofy, and hard to get off.
When Coi was dancing in them, it looked very uncomfortable.
It did not look good
to dance in at all.
Hey yo, who thinks it's stupid?
I think it's one of those things that needs to die fast. Like maybe they'll make smaller versions. Maybe I could see that coming and understand that, but those are way too big to just normally have on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what this company does. Like they're known for, they make products and it goes viral and they sell out within minutes. So, for example, they had the Jesus shoes. Remember the Jesus shoes that had the holy water in the sole?
What?
And the Satan's shoes.
Oh, the Satan's
remember
shoes.
the Satan's shoes?
Yeah.
With Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas, yeah.
That's the same company. So they make these
out of the wall type of things.
Pieces of art or whatever, but it's intended to go viral. It's intended to like boost all of this hype before they sell it. And then once it's released, it sells out and it's a trend. And I guess that's what fashion is about. I don't know.
I don't know. I think like the whole effect of it, the whole effect of it is like it's too much of an effect. Like they just want the effect and that's it,
Because they
regardless if
sent
it
them to a
looks
bunch of
good.
celebrities, probably for free, and then they got all the people using their hard-earned money,
Yeah.
spending $350 with some boots they got to wear for some pictures.
It always go like that.
All right, ladies, let's talk about Rihanna. All right, Donald Trump called Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show an epic fail. Kodak Black, who was in attendance at State Farm Stadium, later echoed Trump's scathing sentiments while filming himself watching Rihanna's performance from the stands. Kodak said, Uncle Trump said that garbage. Gurus, what do you think about Rihanna's halftime show?
I don't think what I'm gonna say gonna be nice.
Mm.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. I
Mm.
feel no, honestly, I'll just start it off and just say that I feel like because she's pregnant and all that good stuff, like I guess, it was how it was, but I didn't, it was okay.
Aisha, would you be able to do a 13-minute performance right now? How far are you? I don't know if you want to let
Well,
everybody know, but
no, I'm 6 months pregnant. So I felt for her being pregnant, it was okay because it's hard to move around when you're pregnant. I don't know how far along she is, but
I
I
heard
mean,
5 months, I think.
yeah, I believe if she wasn't pregnant, she probably would have did a fire performance.
Right.
But because of the pregnancy, it limits her to what she could
Mm-hmm.
do and how much she could move.
And she probably had something else planned too before she even found out because they've been planning this for months.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I said it was okay. It wasn't spectacular, but it was okay.
Yeah, I felt the same.
I was there for the music, like the songs, like it's Rihanna, it's Rihanna music, all of that, love. She's like a modern day legend in the making. So all of those songs were hits. I enjoyed that part of it. I do respect her for doing it while pregnant.
Right.
And being up all the way up in the sky like that. And was it the best performance though? I don't know about that.
Nah, man. Nah, it wasn't. And I'm not saying it from like I just hinted at the fact that I don't know, everybody's doing a lot of stuff for effect. And I just think that the performance was anybody could have did the, it wasn't nothing that stood out.
Yeah, besides the fact that she was pregnant.
Right.
Like that's what you remember from that Super Bowl performance. Oh, Rihanna's pregnant again.
But what's so funny? I didn't even know until the next day she was pregnant.
What?
The whole performance, I didn't even know.
What? Really?
I
You
swear.
didn't see her belly?
Everybody literally is pointing at her belly. Like
I wasn't even paying attention. I'm silly. She was
I
rubbing
did
the
like
belly. I heard
I
everything.
did like the dance choreography. The dance choreography.
Yeah.
Like to watch the dancers, I did like that. I think that was fire.
Yeah,
And their
yeah.
outfits.
Yeah, the whole white and red effect was nice.
Yeah.
But getting to the music and getting to the whole art of what people do and how hip hop and this whole thing that we do has touched so many people around the world. Like if we're getting up there just doing plain performances, I think, as a whole, we're gonna start falling behind.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could take it that far. I mean, Rihanna did it. Don't mean that now it's going to happen all over hip hop and we're just going to keep on having half-ass performances. I don't know if I want to take it that far.
A lot of artists aren't really good performers in general. Like there's very few that people even like really going to see to perform. And there's like I've heard Future's a really good performer, but you might go see someone else like Fabio or whoever, and you might not even like the way they perform. It might just be like you listening to it in your car. So it's like that, like people like Beyonce, is Chris Brown, they're known for being good performers, and it's hard to be a good performer. Like it's real discipline. Like, so I don't think necessarily like that'll happen, but I do think the performance level is set low because it is hard. It's really hard.
And also you just brought up Beyonce. Now y'all remember Beyonce did the same thing. I forget what show it was for.
I think it was the Grammys.
I believe so. And she did her damn thing, and then she popped out with the belly.
Yeah, hello. But everybody is different, so
you know.
That's what I'm saying. And Beyonce's known for being a good performer. She has that discipline and that etiquette to do what she has to do to be strong enough to perform and sing and be pregnant. Rihanna never was a good performer.
Exactly.
Like she was always a standard singer. She was never a dancer. So it's like I wasn't, when she was, named to perform, I wasn't expecting really, much anyway. So it was good for her. Like it was definitely a good performance overall. But for the Super Bowl, I definitely felt like I want to remember the performance for the performance.
Even last year's performance was really good. That was memorable with 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg.
Like she should have brought people. If you're pregnant, you should incorporate that. Bring people out.
Bring
have your dancers flipping off the wall. Have your dancers holding you. You know what I mean? Like even though she was pregnant and couldn't dance, it was still much more that could have made the performance.
I
like,
agree.
Oh, shoot, you seen that? And it was just red and white. That's really just what I remember. So
what do you think about the lip syncing rumors?
I think everybody lip syncs at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was just talking about this. Like,
everybody does that.
Thing to do now.
If you work in anything when it comes to audio or movie sets, you know how bad it can get when it's a big area. Like it's really hard to have good audio in big places like a Super Bowl, especially when it's not made for that. It's made for football. So I could understand why they would have her lip singing because it was going to sound better.
Yep. You know, one of the dancers almost fell off the thing, right?
I saw that. That's scary.
No, I did not see that.
It was high elevated too.
Yes.
Listen, I'm scared of heights. I would have been having a heart attack up there.
Put me in the middle.
Listen. Okay.
Put me in the middle.
Right, in the middle. And strap me all the way up.
No, I just think that the critics, like I could understand if, if one has an issue with the performance from the art standpoint, right? But there was a lot of critics that were talking some nonsense about the performance too. Like they were criticizing just to criticize. Like that,
That's how people are. They gotta find something. And then Trump too, adding on to it.
Trump, like, what are you doing? Ain't you supposed to be playing golf or something?
He don't got nothing good to say.
Well, now what was that about anyway? Like Kodak reiterating what Uncle Trump said. Like, what was the point of that?
Trump got him out of jail, so now that's his uncle.
Oh, yeah.
He pardoned him, so now he loved Trump.
Yeah, Kodak has been talking out of his neck for a while, though. I mean, I don't know if everybody remembers that time when T.I. was about to get at him. He had said something about Nipsey Hussle's wife.
Yeah. Oh, really? You know what? I remember that. I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had almost everybody in the music industry on his neck.
I thought he was about to be canceled after that one. I'm surprised he came back from that one. Not gonna lie, I love his music, so I could understand probably why, because he has such a big fan base.
Yeah, his fan
base. I really don't like Kodak Black.
Yeah, I don't like him as a person. Like, I personally, some things that he say is just uncalled for.
I'm stuck in the 90s, so you can't ask me nothing.
I am with you with that.
But you know what? Just real quick, though, from a singing standpoint, I think Rihanna did a thing. Yeah. I mean, even though she wasn't really lip syncing because you heard her voice. You heard her real voice
a couple
on
times
the microphones.
Right.
And I mean, everybody, it seems like nowadays is lip syncing and
even Beyonce does. I heard she lip sung at the inauguration. Yeah. Like, we all know Beyonce can sing. So it's like, it has nothing to do with, can you sing or not? It's just more of performance reasons. And we all know we heard the song. Everybody just want to see the person. So it's really like, to make the best performance.
Right. And from an audio standpoint, that when they do that and you hear their voice coming through, that is their voice coming through, and what they've pre-recorded or whatever audio is playing behind
Yeah.
that cuts out as their voices come in. So it wasn't, if it was lip syncing, it wasn't all lip syncing. And
Right. I feel like there's parts where you got to hit them notes.
Yeah, what's on
cue them in.
Yep.
Yeah. But and also the performance that she did is from a standpoint of the stage show. Somebody said on the internet they were saying that that it was similar to Kanye West's performance, like the
I did see that correlation,
like almost like step for step.
Because her outfit was like the Red October type of outfit.
The sneakers,
sneakers, and then the elevation. I did see that correlation. I'm not sure how true it is, but it could be true because she is someone who is connected to Kanye and you can't really speak out on those type of situations without looking a certain way. So that's a good way to speak out without saying anything.
Didn't look at it from that perspective.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, now.
Because they said it was for someone else too. I forgot who they were saying that she was doing it for someone else, but I don't know his name. It's not somebody that I personally know. But they were correlating her performance to a couple of people.
I heard Michael Jackson. Somebody told me Michael Jackson. A client of mine's actually.
Michael Jackson.
She was roping and touching herself, and it was just as bad. I don't remember the Super Bowl that happened with Michael Jackson, but they did refer her to that. So I didn't even look into that one.
And it could have been multiple things too. So,
well, hey, all right, everybody. It's the Lady Guru Show. We'll be right back at I said Miss All right, everybody. It's the Lady Guru Show. We'll be right back.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All of you bitches is all talk, but none of y'all skips about it. Think you gon' catch me? I doubt it. Got my location rerouted, surrounded by nothing but killers and drillers that slide when it's time for the violence. I'm wildin', you stylin'. Bring me a blunt 'cause I'm vibing. Remember them days when I held you down every time I was broke when I came around? You said I gave you crumbs, right? You said I look dumb, right? If you a bum and I'll never respect you. This is the last time I'll ever direct you. This is just something for me to reflect to. Next time around I'ma come disrespectful. Give me a second, I gotta scar my heart. Something to follow me, I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all play me friends, but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second, just give me a second. Give me a second, just give me a second.
Attention everybody in the New York area. Need your hair done exquisitely? That fresh new look with perfectly aligned texture? I'm talking about that glow from top to bottom. Call on the one who slays. Taki slays always. Call for an appointment today. Slots and appointments are being scheduled fast. You know you got events booked and that beauty can't wait. Call 910-644-6070. 910-644-6070. Brooklyn represent and support your local businesses. Taki slays always. I don't know what you talking about, but that looks like a slay to me.
Two of the most popular bad girls of reality TV have been scheduled to face off for their world to see after entering into an upcoming celebrity boxing match. Former Love and Hip Hop star Tommie Lee and Bad Girls Club alumni Natalie Nunn have both agreed to fight back in 2021 after Lee proposed that the duo fight while speaking on one of her Instagram stories. Nunn immediately responded saying she had nothing but space and opportunity. So now in 2023, they are scheduled to square off at the next pay-per-view as the undercard for the Floyd Mayweather and Aaron Chandler's match. My question is do you think people will pay money for this pay-per-view?
People pay money for anything.
That's how I'm like, is it money?
Exactly. That's what I was
But
saying.
it's not worth it.
It's
I'm
really
not. I won't. I'll be watching the clips the next day. But
Yeah, me too. I watch the TikTok clips.
You could just turn on Bad Girls Club or whatever the heck they do, Baddie South. You could see that all day for free.
yeah, I've seen Tommie fight a bunch.
Also, a TikTok hack which happened. I think Floyd's flight. Sometimes on TikTok lives, someone will actually start recording it, so you can actually watch it for free with someone recording until like the TikTok finds them, and then they get the account deleted or something. So you can kind of find those. Yeah.
TikTok again.
Yes.
For the win. They deactivated my page, but it's all right.
Shout to the Zeus Network for putting it together. But I just don't know.
Zeus just love toxic energy. Like they feed off that negative Black woman just and it sells. It really does sell. So I applaud them for making their money, but I just personally I haven't downloaded it or really watched much of it personally. Like I'll see the clips or whatever the case may be, but I just can't take my time to sit down and watch that. I'm too old.
I feel like the energy is just so draining too. Like,
and it's not even real fights. Like, if they were arguing about things that really mattered, like Love and Hip Hop, it's like they be fighting, but they be arguing about at least baby daddy drama. Like y'all just mad that you're in the same room with each other and y'all want to fight. And it's like it's getting
that.
Exactly. It's getting old. Like, y'all can't get along for one episode. Like, it's becoming really weird at this point. Because even Bad Girls Club wasn't like that.
I don't watch that. I've never seen an episode, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
But I'm interested. You said is it all Black women?
Majority of the cast.
Majority of them are majority of the cast is Black women, and then they have like one random Spanish girl, but they never really have Asian and white. It's not about it's to pinpoint Black females looking crazy.
You already know that.
Have we ever seen any similar shows with white casts?
Real World.
I mean, Bad Girls Club would have
Real World, but
Bad Girls Club would have one or two.
Jersey Shore.
Right.
Whether they're white or they're Black, I mean, it is a stream of income for these cast members. I mean, these cast members, don't have to go out and,
But they don't even pay you that much.
I mean, at this point, it's just capitalizing.
Like, the only people who are probably really getting paid is probably obviously Krishan, because they brought her back, and I think she's a co-producer on the second season. Natalie, because she's a producer, but none of them girls is getting real money from these shows. Even on Bad Girls Club, they said that they gave them $30 a day for food.
Wow.
And then a couple $1,000s, but they didn't get the money while they were on the show.
Wow.
They didn't have a lot of money, so it's just no, they want clout, and that's what they're gaining off this. They're getting.
But keep in mind too, is that remember they had castings for these things. The castings were ridiculous.
Yeah, those are really bad. Yeah,
I heard they already had their cast picked out, and that
was the show.
Yeah, all that was for show, and they already had the cast picked out.
Wow.
And it makes sense though, because I personally didn't see it, but I seen a lot of people talking about it and about the people that they liked, and they were just they didn't choose anybody who really was memorable and was pretty and that people liked.
Right.
They just chose these girls, and it's why some people that wasn't even memorable. So it just shows they just did that for people to see
TV.
But do you think that makes us look bad? Do you think that also makes us look really bad? Because it's never even Bad Girls Club, it's always fighting. Yeah. So it's this.
So that's basically the question. The question is, does it make minority women look bad?
Yeah.
I think network does. Yeah.
That was why I asked that question, because you don't see a white cast coming on a show to
fight,
curse each other out and fight each other and act.
And that happens. It's just not being broadcasted.
The other reality show, ROH or whatever these
Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah, they fight.
No, they don't.
They don't fight?
No, they throw
They
juice
fight.
and wine and stuff.
They throw tables, you know,
Yeah.
they
throw
throw
words
tables and they bang on stuff.
They fight about actual problems, like this person stole my money, this person is messing with my man.
Yeah.
They're actually having, you know, arguments and, you know, problems with each other that are relevant in their real lives. These girls are literally on a show to just fight and beep and look crazy, and it just doesn't make sense.
I'm the baddest bitch. I'm like
But it's like they sign up for this.
It's like they're promoting ignorance.
Yeah. They're going on the show.
I was watching this TikTok, back to TikTok, and this girl was basically talking about like the back end of Bad Girls Club, you know, the previous show. And basically how they was talking about how the producers would do things to make these girls fight and do things to make these girls beef with each other. Some of them was fucking with the producers too. So it's just like, I know in Zeus that's happening, you know, whether somebody's messing with somebody, but they're telling these girls, oh, do this, say this, act like this. You know what I mean? They're not just there standing there recording. They're sitting down at the table every day trying to figure out what is going to make us view and come and view more. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like that's what this is based off. And it's sad because as a Black woman, that's how the people are going to look at us. People in China, people in Australia, they're going to look at it like that and think that American Black women are like that. And why wouldn't they?
That goes a bit deeper than just entertainment.
It does.
Oh yes. Oh yes. You know, we can talk about this for days. Okay.
Literally for days. And it's like it's white women that do that too.
You said they be throwing juice.
wine tables.
No one wants to see trailer park white people.
Right.
So they're not gonna put their money into that to broadcast it.
There was a show,
Alabama Shore.
I don't know. Y'all remember a show? It was like with gypsies.
Yes, it was called The Gypsy. I remember that. I definitely remember that. I remember that.
Yes. I watched I think I watched the episode of that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That showed a little bit of ratchetness in the white community.
And it's like, how far did that show get? Like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody really wants to see that. It's a select group of people who are gonna want to watch that, and you know, they want something that's gonna be seasonal, that's gonna stay on the air. And obviously, Baddies West is doing good because this is their second season.
And you know what is crazy? Like you just said, how long did that last? It's because nobody's aspiring to be like that. But in reality, there are young women that are aspiring to be like these baddies and think that all of that is cool.
Regular Black girls.
And especially because they're getting Instagram models
up.
to come and do it. They're getting people that are known to come on and do this, because it's not just random people. Like before Bad Girls Club, it was random people on the street that they, you know, interviewed. Baddies West, they're casting more Instagram models. So there's people already looking up to these people. So now they seeing them fighting. Oh, I'm on her side. I'll beat a bitch up just like that. And now you have that toxic energy flowing in, and then here we are. You know, so it's just, I don't like it.
I don't know how they got edges though, because boy,
the frontals that be coming off and the wigs. I don't get it, and it's tiring to fight. I don't know how they be fighting every other episode. Like I can't do it.
Could we just all just get along? Like,
yeah, I'll be on that show. Like, can you relax?
I don't even want to film this episode.
I guess it would be boring, huh? To have a show that, you know, the women just.
But that's my thing, though. I don't mind a little fighting. Because I'm a rowdy little person too. But every episode about nothing, I can't. Because now I don't know whose side to be on, and it just doesn't make any sense.
What are we fighting for anymore? Like, why? Why?
But I have a question. How about the young females that are watching these things? You know, don't they grow up?
That's what we're saying. Like, they definitely going to be impressionable by this, because they're casting these, you know, already 14, 50K models to be on these shows to have a fight. So now people are aspiring to have a Chanel bag and be up. Like, it's just not, and then you got the drill music right behind it. Like, it's just crazy.
An OnlyFans mom says her son's school suspended him after they found out about the content she makes in her free time. It was earlier this year, a 31-year-old Victoria Snooks Treese announced she would be taking action against Orange County Public Schools after she was no longer allowed to volunteer because of her OnlyFans account. In defense of Treese, Cheek revealed how she and her family were discriminated against when her son's school found out about her OnlyFans videos. According to Cheek, she was forced to homeschool her 7-year-old after he was suspended when the school found out she was an OnlyFans model. Quote, "My son was even suspended from school, and in trying to communicate with the principal, she refused to talk to me or give a reason as to why he was being treated badly simply because I did OnlyFans," end quote, she explained. So what do y'all think about that?
What in the who?
That's sad. I mean, I feel like people should be able to have their personal lives and have children. So it's like, I could understand to an aspect of the volunteering because, it might just be, causing people to talk and, nobody wants that to be talked about in a school setting. But to suspend and kick the boy out of school, that was really drag. That was really OD.
Yeah.
The question is that OnlyFans is a subscription.
Too. So you can't just see it.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. So that means somebody had to be subscribed to it to see pass the word along to even know that she even had a page up there anyway.
It was probably a teacher.
This is what I'm saying. A hating teacher probably didn't even like the student anyway. Oh, this is perfect juice. Let's get this on over to the principal.
But what does that have to do with their child?
Him going to school.
It's a subscription.
Them kids don't
How do you
watch
suspend
OnlyFans.
a child for what their parent is doing?
It sounds
is that
like
okay?
it sounds like whoever thought that it was quote unquote wrong, and what they tried to do is instead of taking it up with the parent, not that was right. But then,
that's none of their business.
But then they ended up trying to hurt the kid because they couldn't get to the parent.
Like
That's
she's
some
not
real
recording on
punk
school
stuff.
premises. She's not recording in the classroom.
Call the cops because she got an OnlyFans. So what? Oh, so we're gonna get this kid out of this school.
So porn stars and all those other people have to homeschool their kids. Like
and strippers.
That's not fair. Strippers, like they have to homeschool their kids. Because your, faculty and staff want to see videos on their free time.
Their spare time, hello.
And that's the thing too. Like we were saying, like it's her personal time. That has nothing to do with the school. So y'all can feel whatever way y'all want to feel about her, but to bring the child into it is really ridiculous. You got this kid out of school now, 7 years old. He probably got friends that he missed now, and now has to stay home, and she has to work around her schedule to pay extra money to homeschool her kid. That's
now she got to do an extra hour at OnlyFans because of y'all.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
This is why she doing OnlyFans now. Like, that's
the economy.
That was she definitely should sue them. She gonna win.
Now in the OnlyFans, they have a 18 or older type of thing in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Answering 7 and older. Okay.
And you have to subscribe. You literally have to put your credit card in there to get the videos or the footage. All you can see is the profile picture. You can't see nothing. So it's like.
So it had to be a teacher.
It had to be, it had to be a teacher. And no 7-year-olds got OnlyFans. I'm sorry. My niece is 8, 9. They don't know what that is. Like, they're not.
They too busy learning hip dances and stuff.
And Roblox.
Like
all they want is Roblox and TikTok. Like they're not worried about no OnlyFans. So it's just like it was definitely an adult who probably got dubbed and tried to go to the principal and try to get her son kicked out of school, because that's weird to me. Like, what did you sat down in office and said we're gonna kick this little boy out of school? Like, that's crazy to me.
Because you saw the page. Where's the warning? Where's the anything?
And that had to go through administration. In other words, everybody had to approve.
Everybody had to approve that.
Behind my back, without the parent-teacher conference or whatever y'all want to call it.
And she was volunteering. That's what I was saying before. Like, I could understand that they didn't want her to really volunteer anymore, because it does cause, you're sexually working, These are adults who could see it.
Right.
So if you're volunteering, I could understand how that might cause some ruckus and be awkward. So I could understand them saying, yo, you can't really volunteer no more. If you do want to volunteer, just send the stuff in. Like, we don't really want, everybody talking about this. It's a kid's place. Right. But to kick the kid out, that
was messed up. That was
probably was like, what did I do?
It's like, bro.
And now you got this kid. Right. She got to explain this to him. And what if he don't even know she has OnlyFans? What if he didn't know? Yeah. Now she has to explain to her child what your school is doing to him. Like, it's sad.
I just don't understand how it translates to suspending the
suspension. Like,
I don't even get it.
You don't got an OnlyFans. Like,
okay.
I hope she sued her, you know what, out of that.
Yeah.
I hope she sued because she's going to win. She better sue for pain and suffering,
all
out
of
of work,
the kid, everything.
Out of work, all of that.
I personally don't see anything wrong with her breastfeeding her baby for 3 years. Like, my baby is 4 and he's, to me and to everybody around him, he's still like a baby, like in that, baby state of mind. Is he innocent? He's innocent.
Are you still breastfeeding?
Hell no.
What? I think 3 is a good cutoff age.
I don't think that's bad. 3 ain't bad. 3 ain't bad.
I feel like after 3, that's when I start looking at you funny. Like, he's still on your nipple. It's not just breast milk. He's sucking the whole titty.
Is this pleasure? Is this resourceful?
Yeah, after like 3, 4, 5 years old, they start understanding stuff more. They start talking to you like adults, and you just be looking at them like, how do you know these things? And it's because they're smart. Like, they're smarter than they look. Like, they actually know what's going on around them, and they pick up on a lot of stuff around them. And at that point, they can start saying it out loud. So I feel like I don't want my son asking me for my titty. Like, I just don't want.
I feel like, though, like, I don't know if it's just like me, but I kind of feel like 3, though. 3 is kind of like it's young, but it's like they start talking.
I'd probably stop at once you start walking, you grown. You don't need to be on my titty.
The teeth, people, the teeth.
Once you start getting teeth and stuff,
it's over.
I don't really look at them crazy when they're like 2, 3 years old. But after that, I'm gonna be like thinking a lot when they're older, like 5. I just be like,
this is like a 10-year-old in a stroller.
From a man's perspective, right? Hey, look, man, you're not gonna be doing this until you 3. This is mine.
Okay.
Excuse me, little. Get out the way.
All right now.
This is mine here. You're interfering with me now. You know.
Well.
Now look.
But. As God intended, these titties is for the babies. Okay? These titties was made not for y'all to suck on, not for you grown men to suck on.
There is an expiration date on these titties, all right?
To produce food.
An expiration date on the titties.
For real.
Let me ask y'all another question. How long do you keep your kid in a stroller?
You heard me, right?
Yeah, like, you know how in the store, and then you see this mom coming down the aisle with a whole person in the stroller.
Right.
If his feet is touching the ground, he needs to be out the stroller.
I ain't even gonna lie. I used to be like, seeing that, and I'd be like, why do they have this grown ass little kid in the stroller? Okay. And then, well, I don't put him in the stroller anymore. But when we going on them long walks,
they get
and
that
he
trauma.
feel like he want to fall asleep, or he tired, or it's nap time or something, I ain't carrying him.
Okay, man up. But the stroller ain't either. Man up.
So that's just from the perspective of a mother that ain't gonna do it.
But how old is that?
Yeah, my mom
what
used to
age?
make me walk.
What age was that?
Probably
3.
That's not
yeah.
bad.
Girl,
That's
that
not
was a baby.
bad.
Not bad.
That's the baby.
It's like, what
stuff.
if it's
I feel
like 7?
He's not even in school yet. Like, girl,
He's 7, bro.
school yet.
I'm like 5 years old. You still in the stroller. It's okay. It's all right. Because I'm still not gonna pick you up and carry you when you fall asleep. So you're gonna go right in the stroller.
Aisha, what do you think?
Well, I feel as if his feet is dragging or her feet is dragging while you're controlling the child, and they don't need to be in a stroller. But like around 3-4 years old, they could start walking. You can. What I like to do is sometimes the little cheap little foldable strollers that if they're too tired, you just whip it out and you put them in there. But if their feet is literally dragging on the floor, then yeah, they don't need to be in a stroller anymore.
They can't. They shouldn't be that tired. They're little kids.
Exactly.
My mom used to tell me to walk. I didn't get no carry. She's like, well, you got 2 feet, so
yeah. My mom. I was like, you can walk.
I bet you ain't tired no more.
No, I was in Target sometime last month, and I saw like if I had to guess the age, it had to be like an 8-year-old, like to the point where he was in a stroller and his feet were like he had to lift his feet up, so like it wouldn't stop like the stroller as like the mom was pushing it. It was like he was that tall.
That's not yours. That's not for you.
Yeah.
And then also that's like I personally, like, I don't have kids either, but like just looking at it, it just looks like lazy parenting, because you need to teach your child to be responsible enough to hold their stuff and walk and be with you while you guys are out. You just throwing them in the stroller every time they want to sit down. You're making lazy habits, and now they're gonna be 10 years old, sitting around not doing nothing because you never wanted to do anything about training them or disciplining them to walk on their own and do things on their own.
Or what about when you see the 4-5-year-olds with pacifiers in their mouths?
Oh no.
And that's just not even good for their teeth. Like, it's not good for their teeth. It's not good for nothing. Like, even I understand too, that is like a little harder to get off of because they do grow attachments to that. But you are the parent and you got to discipline your child. Your child shouldn't be running you and telling you what they're going to do and then have 2 front rotten teeth because you don't want to take the pacifier away.
Mm-hmm. Or they got a mean overbite, okay? Right.
Now you're gonna have to end up paying thousands of dollars 10, 15 years later because they need braces.
And then they gotta get the little hook too on the side because they gotta push the teeth back. Wish my mom had hooked me up, but I ain't get that.
Like, I wouldn't say bad parenting because I get it. It can be hard sometimes, but I feel like that's just lazy parenting because you got to take the initiative to do these things and take it away and be the bad parent, and no one wants to do that. So
it was very difficult for me to take my baby's pacifier away because I got a 14-year-old and I got a 3-year-old. So it's like,
Yeah, my niece was like not with it. And then one day she just threw it. Like, she just did not want it no more.
I had to hide mine until my baby went saw other people babies and went to go reach for their stuff. I'm like, oh Jesus, please. Like,
I don't even want one. I just want anyone.
like, please help me out here. Just give me somebody's, anybody's. Like.
Island Finest Jerk. Why pay up to $12 and more for Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King combos when you can buy Island Finest Jerk, the meal that will feed you twice? You get more on a plate, more taste, and it's more healthy. It's not a hard choice. It's the kind of meal that sticks to your bones. Support your local eateries. Support your local communities. Island Finest Jerk, the best taste in Roosevelt, New York. If you stop by Island Finest Jerk located in Roosevelt, New York, make sure you tell them the Guru sent you. Before we close, I just want to talk about Brittany Griner, because Brittany Griner just announced that she is going to be playing again for the WNBA in this coming up year.
Oh, she did.
Now, there's so many people that have a problem with her. And,
And matter of fact, it's the same people that had a problem with Rihanna and her Super Bowl performance.
The Trump people.
I knew it.
So I mean, how was she supposed to earn a living? She was just locked up in Russia for 10 months. She was a WNBA player before that. So what do these people expect? They think that she was treated special because she was released from Russia's prison. Which
I would agree she was treated special, but
you know, it goes back to like, you know, I mean, here's where you have a minority black woman and, you know, she's being, and these same people, I think, don't care for her because she's gay. You know, and there's certain high sedity people out there.
I definitely think she got treated special, but that's just because the spotlight was put on her. Anybody sitting here right now, if we have over millions of people watching us, someone's going to contact us like, hey, I like you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's 1, 2, 3, someone's going to contact you because you have eyes on you now. And she probably was always a good player. So the fact that she was now spotlighted on, that now has people looking at her to recruit her. And that just happens with any situation. So I don't think it's anything like that should be ridiculed about, because if she's a good basketball player, that's where she should go next. She shouldn't be playing in Russia. That's like, people do that, you know, when they're beginning their basketball career. They play overseas and they play in little different leagues in the States. But, you know, the WNBA, the NBA, that's the goal. So it's like, why would you be mad at that? Like,
in today's society, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. Yep. Everybody's just haters.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's
like,
sensitive.
There's a bunch of haters out there.
Sensitive. Like I said, I live in the 90s, okay?
Yeah.
You can't do nothing without somebody having something to say about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
You record a good deed. Why are you recording it? You think that man want to be seen on the camera? I just gave this man $100 and I'm still wrong. Like, so it's just like, you just got to live your life and don't really pay attention to that, because it's always going to be somebody who's like mad at what you're doing.
Well, all right, Gurus, it's been a good show. You know what I'm saying? So all the followers out there, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And Gurus, this is the Lady Guru Show. And we are out of here. Yeah.